Watch this video without touching your phone. No notifications, no switching tabs. If that already feels hard, good, you're about to see why. Most people watching this video won't make it to the end, not because they don't care, but because their brain has been trained not to stay with one thing long enough. Every ping, every short video, every open tab teaches one lesson. Don't stay here, look for something else. And over time, that changes the way your attention works. So here's the challenge. Stay with me until the end, because by the end of this video, you will understand exactly how your focus was taken from you, who took it, and what you can actually do to get it back. The story of how your attention was stolen does not start with the internet. It started long before that. For most of human history, people consumed information in a completely different way. Your brain evolved in a world where new information was rare and valuable. Noticing something unfamiliar, a sound in the distance, a movement in the trees, a new food source could help you survive. So your brain developed a powerful system that rewards novelty. For thousands of years, that system worked in your favor, but the modern world changed the rules. Reading was one of the main ways people learned, entertained themselves, and understood the world. And reading demands effort. You have to follow one idea at a time, hold information in your mind, connect them, and stay with complexity long enough to understand it. That process trained attention. Then television arrived. For the first time, information stopped asking the brain to do the work. Ideas became shorter, faster, more visual. Instead of building meaning piece by piece, information arrived already packaged, easy to consume, easy to forget. Television didn't destroy attention overnight, but it slowly changed expectations. We became less comfortable staying with one idea and more comfortable moving to the next. And then the internet took that process and accelerated it. That's where things changed completely. Television changed attention slowly. The internet accelerated everything. For the first time, information was no longer competing to be true or useful. It was competing to keep you engaged. And platforms discovered something powerful. People do not stay because they feel satisfied. They stay because they think something rewarding might happen next. One more notification, one more video, one more refresh. That expectation involves dopamine, not exactly the chemical of pleasure, but the system of motivation, anticipation, and seeking. Dopamine doesn't reward what you have, it pushes you toward what might come next. And digital platforms became incredibly good at triggering that feeling. Over time, this changes attention. Think about how often this happens. You sit down to do one task. A few minutes later, you check your phone. Then your email. A search bar whispering that whatever you came for might not be as interesting as something else. Notifications, recommendations. And before the video even ends, 12 more are waiting for you. 20 minutes pass and you realize you never actually started. That doesn't necessarily mean you lack discipline. That is a trap. A beautifully designed, psychologically sophisticated trap. And YouTube is not even close to the most dangerous one. Every piece of digital media follows the same law. You should never, for even a second, be bored enough to leave. Your brain doesn't just lose focus, it adapts. It becomes efficient at switching instead of sustaining. That's why reading feels harder than scrolling, why longer videos feel slower, why silence can feel uncomfortable, why even relaxing sometimes feels impossible without reaching for stimulation. And here's the encouraging part. Adaptation works both ways. If attention can be trained away, it can also be trained back. Focus is not a personality trait, it's a skill. And like any skill, it responds to repetition. The problem is that modern life trains the opposite. Every scroll, every refresh, every abandoned thought, they've all been lessons. The question is, what kind of brain are they teaching you to build? So before trying to improve it, measure it. Has your attention actually changed? Attention doesn't disappear overnight. Most people don't notice it happening. So let's test it. Take a book, not your phone, not an article, not a video, and set a timer. Read with full attention and stop the moment you genuinely feel the urge to check your phone, switch tasks, get up, or look for something more interesting. Don't judge yourself, just measure. Maybe your number is 4 minutes, maybe it's 15. That number is your baseline. Focus, like any skill, responds to training. You wouldn't expect to walk into a gym and lift the same weight after years without practice. Attention works the same way. The goal isn't proving you're disciplined. The goal is understanding where you start. because once you measure it, you can begin rebuilding it. If attention was trained away, it can be trained back. But most people make the same mistake. They try to force focus instead of rebuilding it. They decide that tomorrow they'll work for 3 uninterrupted hours, stay perfectly disciplined, and never get distracted again. That almost never works. Focus returns the same way fitness does, gradually. Start smaller than you think. Choose one task and stay with it for 10 minutes. No messages, no extra tabs, no checking something for just a second. Then stop before you feel exhausted. That part matters, because you're not trying to prove endurance. You're teaching your brain that staying is safe, that attention does not have to feel difficult to last. And when you get distracted, and you will, don't treat that as failure. Notice it. Bring your attention back. That moment right there is the training. Every return is another repetition. Reading is one of the best forms of training. Unlike scrolling, it asks your mind to follow one idea long enough to understand it. Books, writing, drawing, studying, deep conversations, anything that demands sustained attention works. The goal isn't to become someone who never gets distracted. The goal is to reduce how often you leave. But rebuilding focus isn't only about training. It's also about removing friction. Most people think focus is something you create. More often, focus is what remains after distractions are removed. Because attention grows best when there's less competing for it. Start with your phone. When you need to do something important, don't leave it face down beside you. Put it out of reach. Better yet, in another room. Research consistently shows that even seeing a phone can pull on attention because part of your brain stays ready for interruption. Then create a starting ritual. It doesn't have to be complicated. Same desk, same tea, same music, same notebook. The ritual itself isn't magic. What matters is repetition. Over time, your brain starts associating those small actions with entering focus mode. And finally, protect empty space. Practice moments without input. Go for a walk without headphones. Wait in line without opening your phone. Sit with one thought long enough to see where it goes. It may feel uncomfortable at first. Most people are not used to being alone with their thoughts anymore. But that quiet space is where attention starts returning. Because focus is not built only in moments of effort. It's built in moments where your brain remembers it does not need something new every few seconds. And once that starts happening, something unexpected returns. Not just your focus, but your ability to think clearly. There's one final thing that makes focus easier to keep. Your brain needs a reason to stay. Think about the last time you lost track of time, creating, learning, planning, or talking about something that mattered. You weren't forcing focus. It happened naturally. Your attention stayed because your brain decided the effort was worth it. That's what people often miss. Your brain does not naturally move toward what is important. It moves toward what feels meaningful. Before starting something important, ask yourself a simple question. Why does this matter? Not the obvious answer, the real one. If you're studying, what future are you building? If you're working, what does this effort create? If you're choosing to spend time with people instead of scrolling, what are you protecting? Because meaning changes how effort feels. The same hour can drain you or energize you depending on what you believe it leads to. When you combine purpose with attention training, fewer distractions, and real recovery, something shifts. You stay longer, you finish more, you stop reaching for stimulation every few minutes. The real reward isn't productivity at all. It's feeling you're actually present in your own life. Life isn't meant to be experienced in endless interruptions. There's a war for your attention. And like most wars, it works best when people don't realize they're in one. The system depends on you, scrolling automatically, reacting instantly, moving from one thing to the next without ever stopping to ask, who benefits from the fact that I can't stay? You just did. You stopped. You noticed. That matters more than it seems. Because attention isn't just another resource to manage, it becomes your days. And your days become your life. Every moment of genuine focus on work that matters, on people you love, on thoughts worth thinking, that is your life happening. And every moment lost to endless distraction is something you don't get back. So protect it. Not perfectly, not all at once, just a little more than yesterday. If this video gave you something to think about, hit like. It genuinely helps more people find it. Subscribe if you want more videos like this, because understanding your brain may change more than just your focus. And drop a comment below with one honest answer. When did you last go a full hour without checking your phone? No judgment, just curiosity. Now close this tab. Go do one thing without interruption. See you in the next one.